Imagine a game that is as violent as you are. Now, to some this concept might seem scary, to others good because they'd be able to take out their anger. Well, in reality, this concept is a satire, and it's a game called Postal 2. I'm not even kidding, these are the words used by Running with Scissors to advertise Postal 2's Steam launch. And it's hard to disagree with these words. Sure, it's better to play it by using violence, but it's also possible to limit it and even go for the whole game as a pacifist. And despite of this, the game was deemed controversial. The issues already started with the first entry. The first Postal game was released in 1997 and had a darker tone than the sequel.
It is a big hit here, but it is not a big hit with the post office. The wall poster of the big E3 computer game show in Atlanta bears the unmistakable image of an AK-47 rifle. AK-47 rifle.
Due to its release date and video games being a new concept to the public, the game was deemed bad. If a teenager decided to do some horrendous shit, it's all because he played video games. And since Postal is a game that contains violence, it was blamed for said things. It didn't help that the game was named after a term that originates from shootings that happened in American postal services. But let's focus on Postal 2. Since it was released in 2003, it followed its predecessor's path.
Tonight from the night team, the new game that encourages kids to kill priests and blow up animals. The night team with the controversy over this vicious video game.
The sequel even got banned in New Zealand and Germany because it was deemed as too violent to release. But this game is much more than just violence and controversy. At the end of the day, it gathered a huge fan base which loves and adores the game. It's impossible to build such a thing just by riding on controversy. I mean, think of Eminem. He was talking about killing and raping, but he had skill. So let me explain to you why Postal 2 isn't just a game about killing priests and blowing up animals. Now, the second entry starts with a camera flying through paradise, which is the location in which the game takes place. Postal 2 doesn't start with a cool or funny cutscene, it starts with flying through the town with no music, just ambience, before reaching our protagonist's house and playing the first dialogue between Dude and his wife, who is called the Bitch.
Christ, it's as hot as the devil's rectum in here. When did we move to hell?
You were the one who insisted on relocating for that stupid video game job.
Yeah, well, crack doesn't by itself, you know.
Most of the story of the game will be handled by this method. If not, then we just have to look for clues in the gameplay. Said gameplay is simple on paper, but fun when it comes to actually playing it. But before we get to the rest of the things, let's focus on what happens after that amazing dialogue. And as most of you would have guessed, we gain control over our main character. One of the best things in Postal's gameplay is pure exploration. The game allows the player to fuck around and find out by entering random places. The exploration in Postal is not only fun, but rewarding. Stepping into a stranger's house lets us find stuff like healing pipes, weapons and armor. This part of the gameplay is so simple, yet so great. You get into a house and loot it, like in any other game. Thing that makes it fun though is Postal's humor. Exploration aside, let's focus on the gameplay loop. We are provided with 7 levels, each representing a weekday. Every day has its errands. For example, on level 1, which is Monday, we have to pick up the milk and figure out our paycheck. And for many who don't know Postal's nature, it might seem boring. I mean, picking up the milk in real life is already sad. How fun can it be in a video game? Well, to pick up the milk, we have to wait in line. But since it's Postal, you don't have to. You can just equip that shovel you picked up at the start and start smacking people around with it. You don't even have to pay for the milk, you can just head for the exit. Of course, there is a downside to that approach. That downside being high risk, high reward. With every single task in the game, we are provided with 2 options. Either wait in line and waste time on completing the objective peacefully, or cut the line by killing people and risking your life. The game always presents you with a choice of killing or becoming a pacifist. If it's not about waiting in line, you can always piss on people and run. Which brings us to mechanics and the humor. You see, what makes Postal 2 so great isn't the quests or the story. It's the mechanics themselves that make it fun. As I mentioned before, you can piss on people. Just come up to any brain-dead NPC, press R and piss away. The game doesn't take itself seriously in any way, shape or form, poking fun at anything possible. Do you remember that paycheck I mentioned before? When you get to the office of Running with Scissors, which is Dude's workplace by the way, you get to witness an anti-video game protest. The people outside hold signs that say "make a game with a plot" or "kill violent video games." It's not only about making fun of anti-video game protesters, the developers were also making fun of themselves. Postal doesn't have a strong story. I mean, how the fuck would you put confessing sins as a character development with no build-up?
Bless me, Father, for I have really sinned. Really. I'm not kidding here. big sinner. Yep.
It's just random shit thrown at the player and it genuinely works. Even the mechanics are built into that. For example, a weapon silencer is a cat. To heal, Postal Dude uses crack pipes. And to extinguish yourself after burning, you have to pee on yourself with your own piss. You know how Red Dead has the honor mechanic?
You are allowed to think for yourself, you know?
I don't want to get into this with you right now.
You're a grown man.
¿Qué te pasa?
Well, in Postal you only get to say fuck you, and it genuinely works.
Fuck you.
It's not as in-depth as the new games, but it's great. I mean, in which game can you whip out your cock and a random woman will make fun of its size for you to respond with a golden shower until she fucking vomits?
No one's impressed, Tiny Tim. My
That's the
blouse!
ticket.
Ah! That's disgusting!
Jeez.
Huh? Oh.
Why, your sword is as big as mine.
Even the errands you have to do aren't that serious and lead to some stupid shit. Tuesday opens up with having to get signatures for a petition. What petition, you might ask? To make whiny congressmen play violent video games. Other than that, we have to confess our sins, get Gary's autograph and return a book. When we get to the library, we can see anti-book protesters, which is, well, quite hilarious since books used to be boycotted just like video games before. On Wednesday, you have to piss on Dad's grave, vote and pick up a Christmas tree. The latter ends with us having to fight off hillbillies cause we took their favorite tree. The conflict ends with them kidnapping Dude while he's pissing on his dad's grave and making him the gimp. I could go on and on about all the objectives, but let's focus on Friday and the weekend. Friday has us running 3 errands, the most interesting one being Uncle Dave's birthday. When we get to the marker, we get to know that he runs a cult and that ATF, which is Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco and Firearms, wants to kill it, telling them to basically light themselves on fire. The whole weekday ends with an apocalypse and a cliffhanger in form of a gunshot.
Honey, I'm home. You won't believe the day I've had.
About friggin' time. Did you remember my rocky road?
Doe.
Well, that would be a cliffhanger, since in 2004 we got the Apocalypse Weekend. Remember how I told you killing was an option? Apocalypse Weekend is different. It's a drug-influenced campaign of killing whatever you have to. The weekend starts with a cutscene that reveals to us who got shot.
Yep, looks like everything worked out pretty good in the end. Eh, champ?
Is it true you were the inspiration for Viagra?
As far as you know, babe. Oh man, it was just a horrible dream. Where the hell am I? And why does my medulla oblongata hurt?
Just relax.
I better sell out both kidneys, Dr. Mangler.
And it wasn't the bitch, it was the Postal Dude. The first thing we do is get money since Postal Dude is now broke. We do that by donating our sperm. While we're on it, the cats in a lab turn into tornadoes. Because of that, we get to commit more violence and experience psychotic episodes
Brain hurting.
in which we kill Garys. The next part will include a zombie outbreak, after which we become a mad cow relocation engineer. A job is a job after all. If we kill enough cows, we can go and relocate the pigeons, but before that we get a cutscene. This one isn't an animation, it's a video telling us that there's no money for the pigeon missions.
I told you no! What the hell you think this is? Friggin' bullshit. What do you got, Steve? Hold on!
Proposal for the pigeon mission.
Proposal for the pigeon mission? We ain't got no budget for pigeon missions! The fuck, are you kidding me?
The whole weekend is, as I mentioned before, a drug-influenced campaign, but a one with a message. A message that reads fuck you to the old publisher of Postal, Whiptail Interactive. The end of Saturday will have us stealing the Goldmaster from Whiptail and killing their CEO, who, by the way, bleeds money. The day ends with a party at Vince Desi's place. After fucking and taking drugs, it's of course Sunday. The end of the week will start with us killing zombies again, this time in front of Desi's house. If we kill 50 zombies, we meet a guy that needs us to kill elephants. elephants. Why elephants? Well, why the fuck not? Employer needs their food for waste baskets, we provide. If we're done with this amazing questline, Vince will call us again and ask us to do something to get media's attention. So we raid Al-Qaeda for explosives. As you might have guessed, it ends with us being captured by the military.
You're under arrest.
Hey, it's not my fault. Book the kid with the keyboard.
And since Postal Dude has a plot armor, we are provided with highly flammable Taliban cellmate so we can escape. And since it's a military facility, we can find a nuke. We use this fine piece of explosive on Weeptail's HQ. After that, we head to save Champ the dog. After doing so, we escape the place and fight the final boss. Final boss being Mike J, but in a form of Mad Cow J, a full demon-like depiction with his face. And that's the whole game. The weekday is fun and classic, filled with stuff to explore and find. Half of the game's fun comes from randomly stepping into a stranger's house and finding an M4 that we will use to kill them. Postal 2 is plenty of things. A game that could be used to study violence, a satire, and a plenty of order. Above all, it's a great game because of its fun and interesting concept. It's a game made with passion and care. It does the best job at utilizing what it has to get the job done, meaning exploration and funny mechanics. Playing Postal 2 is truly fun. It's nice to sit down intoxicated with a poison of your choice and laugh while pissing on random NPCs. That being said, Postal 2 is not just a magnum opus in its series, it's one amongst other great games like Red Dead Redemption or Witcher 3. Of course, it's not a story game, but it should be up there with other great games due to its impact on video games as a whole. That being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you got interested, I'd highly recommend playing it. And if you'd want to see it remastered, I will leave a link to the Kickstarter that the developers made in the description. Thank you for watching, and see you in the next one.
Yep, looks like everything worked out pretty good in the end. Eh, champ?